What is up, Lumineers? Hayes from Freedom Gaming here. This is a little bit of a different video today. We're gonna go through our ICL match. For those of you that didn't know, we got a chance to participate in the Lumineers Champions League this past weekend, and we got to face against some of our in-state rivals or local rivals, you could say, in Team Illuminati. So I wanted to take the chance to review the VOD with you of my match between again, myself and Stefen, our Emerald Illuminati Emerald weapon. So I just wanted to kind of go through my thought processes on the match, and really kind of just talk it through so you guys can kind of see the way I think about when I'm playing Blurple deck. I'll post a link to my deck list in the bottom, the deck list I played for this event, so that you can have that as well. But we're gonna just go right into it here. Um, so look, I knew what Stefen was on. He knew what I was on. I mean, not the exact list, but at least the color combinations. So I know he's on Steelsong, and he knows I'm on Blurple. So we're rolling for the dice here. I really want to win this dice roll because this matchup on the draw is very difficult for Blurple. Steelsong on the for we're on the play is not that bad, but again on the draw it is pretty rough. We could probably make sure we could speed it up a little bit. Let's see if that's too fast. It might not even be too fast, but so again, he won the die roll. He's going first. So what I'm mulliganing for, I probably should have showed my hand a little more. Stefan did a really good job of being able to show his hand. I kind of kept it closer to me, which wasn't great. Um, you want to look for turn two ramp, obviously. And I normally only want to ramp once and kind of just play out my curve from there. But with Steel Song, sometimes I like to ramp twice if I'm anticipating a wheel, so that I can still be ahead of them and be able to control board a little more. Cards like Genie are kind of hard for them to deal with. Crab is very good. Fox is very good. And then obviously just one drops is really what I'm looking for. So I have some playability in the beginning. If I could pick, I would say I like Broom more than Chernabog on like a Daisy start so that I'm able to crab the Broom and kill a Daisy or something like that if I don't have a Fox. So that's really what I'm looking for in the beginning. Looks like we're still going through mulligans, shuffling. And again, he had the play here on game one. So here we go. Now we get started. So I'll probably, well, like, I'll talk through the whole process here and what I was playing around. Or it looks like you can kind of see a little bit on my hand there. Shadow Finder. Okay, so turn one pass is really good for us. So we play Chernabog on one because there's no chance that he has Cinderella Bolt, right? Like that's what we're trying to play around with Chernabog, or really just a one drop in general. So typically, if he's on Cinderella, I will play Sail instead of Tipo because it gives him no targets for Storm. So his turn two, he's gonna go into a Ursula. So the 1/4 a little hard for us to deal with, and I'm pretty sure we ramp here, pop it to draw because we have no worry about Whole New World being played. I can't remember what's in my hand at this point, but I'm probably determining if I'm going to sail or I'm going to TPO. Oh, yeah. So I TPO here. I believe I had crab in hand, but he's never going to quest with this anyways. And I do kind of give him a chance to. I mean, looking at his hand now, he doesn't have storm, but he can play a card and then strength it. But I think that's what he does, just kind of just keep my board clear. Oh, there's the deck list. Got some spice in there for sure. Yeah, so he played Ariel. So Ariel, fine. So he's got two strengths in hand now. So I'm only aware of one at this point, and he plays it. So I'm thinking, okay, he just used the strength that he found. I think I played Genie here because again, that 4 health is really hard for them to deal with. Had to ink the Fox, which that stinks in this matchup for sure. Pretty sure I was low on inkables at this point. That might have been why I went the Tipo route as well. Because with Sail, you need to find another inkable. 5 cards in hand for me. Actually, I think I had multiple. I did have multiple Foxes at this point. That's why I did ink that Fox. And even though it is a really, really good card in this matchup, that was why I inked it. So Stefen's got another, looks like, man, I wish I put my hand forward so you guys could see because I'd be able to give you a little more information there. I really remember game 3 a lot. And this game 1 and game 2, I don't remember as much. So my game plan here is to try to keep him off of as many of the 5-cost singers as I can, because I don't want to get wheeled, especially with 5 cards in hand. So he's got 2 aerials out. Like that's pretty bad for me. And I know that most Steelsong lists are not playing grab your swords at this point too. So I can go a little wider and be okay with that. So I'm thinking here, if he has a 1-drop, he probably is gonna. So he doesn't. I think I bounced Genie here. Quest. Oh no, Sing Friends. Probably should have quested there. I'm really hoping he doesn't have. See, I'm ramping. So again, remember I said I normally don't like to ramp more than once in most matchups. I like to kind of just curve out. But in this specific instance, I'm filling up my hand with friends and then just ramping as fast as I can, so that if he does wheel, I have a lot of tools. Because that's my thought. That was why I sung friends. Because obviously two aerials out, I can't kill both of them. If he has a whole new world, I'm not stopping it. And at this point, I didn't know he was playing Naveen. So I'm just trying to deal with the board at hand. I still have 5 cards in hand, which is a lot. But I'm also at 6 ink, and he's at 4. And he also has a lot of cards in hand. So I'm not super concerned about Whole New World. I mean, he could like vomit his hand if he had a bunch of 1 and 2 drops, and then Whole New World, and that would suck. I'd be in big trouble at that point. This was very risky. So I have Genie and Shadowfinder in my hand here. So I was kind of baiting him to kill this fox so that I could come in and yeah. So that's exactly what I was baiting him with the fox so that I could come in and hit the Shadowfinder and the Genie with Rush because of the Shadowfinder. So that was my reason for playing it that way. And then I'm getting he's going wide here. So this is what you want to do. If you're in Steelsong's position, you want to go wide against Blurple because we have no board wipes. So it can be very difficult to deal with a wide board. So I'm going to actually speed this up just a little more because if I need to pause, I can. So we'll go to 1.5 just to speed up a little more. So I draw, and again, I know I have Shadowfinder and Genie in hand. I'm going to try to kill the aerials here because, again, 5-cost singers. It's what we're going for. There's the Genie. We ink the friends because we have so many cards in hand, and I am still fearing that he's going to Whole New World me eventually. So I'm just trying to deal with the board as much as I can and stop him from going Whole New World. That is kind of my game plan. And typically I like to keep my hand very low, but he had his hand was pretty full too. So I wasn't really sure if he was going to play Whole New World, but I obviously never wanted to top deck it. I can't see what that card is. I know the camera, we had some issues. I think it was a crab, if I can remember correctly. I know that there was a Donald, I think his next Daisy trigger, but I think at this point they might have said, hey, we can't see your graveyard. Can you shift your cards down? Because I think the camera might have got bumped or something. So, all right, Pluto and Bodyguard, and then, yeah. So again, because we inked double on that sail play, we are 8 is a lot, right? Like we're effectively at 7, so we ink once we're at 8. There's so many plays that we can do now with 8, and you'll see what I do on this turn is pretty cool. Like it's having 8 is very good. It unlocks a lot of stuff that the deck can do. So I had Crab in hand. I believe I Crab Shadowfinder to swing it into Pluto, and then I swing again. So my game plan, going back to it, is he's at 2 cards in hand now. So now I'm really worried about getting wheeled. So I want to kill his 5-cost singer so that he has to hard cast the wheel. And again, I don't know he's not Naveen yet, so this is why I'm playing it this way. So gonna be Crab. Yep, swing there. And then I swing the Genie into Daisy. Again, I'm anticipating Wheel. Is that's what I'm putting him on here. So I'm not playing around Rapunzel, and so the Bell plays to get rid of the 5 cost Singer. Rapunzel would hurt, sure, but I have a lot of cards in hand too. So if he were to kind of just Rapunzel me, I think I would still be okay with that. Um, but yeah, I mean, 2 cards is not the most value. It's still pretty good value on Rapunzel. But I didn't put him on Rapunzel yet because I remember I think there was another trade he could have done to get Rapunzel value earlier in the game that he didn't take. Um, so that's why I didn't put him on it. I really thought he was 100% on Whole New World. Oh, there we go. Now we shifted our hands down so you guys can see the graveyards and the top of the deck and stuff like that. Tried to fan it out so you can see what's in there. This is a pretty crucial point in the game, I think. Because if he does, yeah, there goes Donald. I also inked the friends because Daisy gives me a lot of cards. I think I have 8 non-character cards in the deck. So Daisy almost all the time is going to draw me cards. There's a chance I'm supposed to just put that at the. Okay, so there's the Naveen, and I didn't think he was playing Naveen. If he did Whole New World here, it would probably hurt pretty bad, but that's also pretty good to just kill my Bell. I think he has another removal spell to kill the crab here, just also annoying. Yeah. Oh, another strength. So he's got 1 card in hand. I believe it's a Naveen, if I remember correctly. So now it goes down to 2. So he's got 2 options for Rapunzel. So my choice was based on Daisy will still give me a draw. So I killed the Smee instead. And if I do find a Bell, having 3 damage on Genie is better than the 1 damage off of. I drew that off of the. No, actually, I don't know. No, I guess I was never gonna do that play. I could have. I was always gonna kill both of them. I guess I could have killed Ursula there, but at this point he's singing anything anyways. So I don't know if Ursula really matters. Where Daisy still. It's getting. He's at 8 lore now, so that's getting close, right? There's another Naveen, and he didn't have another song. So that was once he bricked there. I'm like, okay, I'm in a really good spot now. I can really kind of start turning on the gas on my end. And we play Elsa. Thought about this for a second. I was gonna leave both Naveen's up and just quest, but it's better to kill them because of strength. I think he's played 3 strengths already, but I didn't want to get another strength. Him having multiple things on board is kind of a problem. And now I think I kind of just run away with it. Yeah, that's his last card in hand. I think I still have 3 or 4 cards in hand. Genie. I think I played an Elsa so that Donald could swing into Queen. Yeah. Again, 5 cost. He has no cards in hand, but the only way he comes back is if he Whole New World to me. So we're always keeping him off of 5 cost singers. Because if he hardcasts the Whole New World at this point, we'll talk about that more in game 2, but that's really not the worst thing. Um, Zeus is pretty good for him, but yeah, at this point it's really bad. He's in a rough spot. I think I played Jafar here. Yeah. So the reason I played Jafar it has Shadow Finder, so you can have Jafar have Rush and he can swing in and then you can draw a bunch of cards, especially with Rabbit, Yzma, um, Genie, Friends. There's a lot of ways to draw cards in the deck. I think he does find the whole. No, I feel like he did find a Whole New World at one point, but maybe not. So I'm getting untapped with Jafar. That always feels really good. So I think I had a Friends. Yep. So Friends off the top. Gain 2 lore. Sail also gains me a lore, and now I can ink twice. I'm not sure I do. I don't really remember. I think I kind of just. I think I had another Elsa in hand, and I think I missed lethal because I haven't inked yet on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could right now shift the Elsa. No, I'd be at 19. I'd still be short. Yeah, I didn't have lethal. I think that's why I took a little longer on that turn because I was really close to it. And then I thought that I played the rabbit that turn, and that's why I didn't quest with it. There's no reason for me not to quest with rabbit. But yeah, just complete brain fart. And I got to pop off a little bit with Jafar, so that's always cool to see, right? Like I think he's come out of the deck since this iteration, but I do love me some Jafar, so being able to gain 10 lore in one turn with the Jafar is kind of nice. I mean, I had other stuff that quested too. So now I'm on the draw again, but I won one, so I'm feeling pretty good. Because I'm gonna have one game on the play, and like I said, on the play, Steelsong is very winnable. On the draw is where it's harder, especially if they go super wide, super fast. As they remove my stuff, it can be very, very difficult. Um, so let's see if we can just get right to where the game starts. I don't remember what I mulliganed. I wish I could tell you guys exactly what I mulliganed. I don't have the best memory like that. I can tell you my certain thoughts on things, but we're mulliganing very similar. Again, turn two ramp, sometimes the multiple ramp, but you're gonna see. I make a mistake in this game. I make a couple mistakes in this game. Um, I got greedy, and I'll point it out where I get greedy because I do think it could have been a different game if I changed a certain line. So I think he start Cindy this time, or did he start Daisy? I don't remember. Yeah, he did start Daisy. Okay. I do think Cindy start against my opening is probably better. I don't think he had Storm though. So the fact that he inked I think that told me that he didn't have Storm in hand because he didn't play the Cinderella. Yeah, Daisy gives me a lot of cards. I mean, typically, I think she hit a couple in this game, but yeah, I'm drawing a lot of cards this game, which ends up kind of being my downfall. So we got turn two ramp, Tipo. Again, I don't have him on Storm because he didn't play. He inked the Cinderella, but I think he might actually Storm my Tipo here. Also, another really good line for Blurple is another holding a one drop with Fox in hand on turn 4 because almost every time you're killing either a Daisy or an Ursula, and I didn't have another one drop. Strength. See, I don't mind saying strength, right? Because now he's still emptying his hand. Storm is a lot harder for me to deal with. I think this is the turn I screw up because I think I ink a sail instead of playing it. I know I'm tanking a little bit, and this has to be the turn because if I ink sail here, I needed to ramp and I didn't. I mean, I ramped the last. Yeah, I should have played the sail and ramped again. I think that would have really helped because there was a lot of plays where I was like a turn off or an ink off of being able to do some stuff that would have got me back in the game. But that hurt really bad. Um, and my hand is really big and gas. Right, I have a lot of gas, but he has no singer five out, so I'm like, okay, I'm still good to draw cards. And I just hit a crab off of that Daisy, so crab is really good in this situation. Yeah, so I could still crab Genie here. He's definitely pushing it to the limit here. Did we see his last card? I don't know if his last card was a whole new world or if it was something else. I should have just ramped. I really liked my hand. I remember that my hand was good, except Jafar was easy ink, but I think everything else in my hand was very good. So I had to crab to be able to kill the Pluto. And I had a bell, I remember. There's a one drop. So I think this is when he Whole New World to me. I think it's a Rapunzel and something else in his hand. Probably, yeah, I think it's Rapunzel and a Whole New World. Yeah. The hard cast wheel, it hit a lot. That hurt. I had a lot of cards in hand. He was completely out of cards. I wasn't anticipating it, so I was keeping some cards in hand. Um, yeah, I think that typically that's not a play you want to do, but in this situation, it was very, very advantageous for Stefen. Um, because I think the following turn, my Bell would have got some really good value. Um, yeah, double storm. At this point, I'm grasping at straws. He's already at 11 and just refilled his hand, and I had 7 cards or 6 cards that I really wanted. That's when Daisy's good because I mean she's filling my hand too. So I think I have Fox or no Crab. Yeah, Crab into. I think I put it into the Lawrence. And I think I Foxed. Oh no, just putting that up for another. Now we got Crab set up for Broom um, and Mim, so we got good Crab targets, but we're so far behind at this point. 11-1. It's pretty hard, pretty dire. I don't think I saw any Elsas this game either. The 5-cost Elsa. That hard cast wheel was very good. Yeah, now we're just again. I want to try to kill these 2 singers. Look at his hand is so full. It's completely full. I think he ends up top decking. He said something to me after the game. I think he top decks the queen after he inked that one drop queen. But at this, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's so far ahead. This is what the matchup on the draw typically feels like. You just can't do enough. And again, I do think that inking the sail in that one situation really did hurt us because at this point, if I was at 7, I think I had a Crab and Elsa in hand. Actually, that is definitely what I had. I had Crab Elsa in hand, and I only could go up to 7, so I couldn't play both. And Crab Elsa right here would have been massive. And that's why I was like, man, I'm sitting here thinking in my head, I really misplayed by not playing that sail earlier. Because if I play Crab Elsa, um, yep, yep, 100% because I bounced the Crab, so I had that in my hand. But with Crab, I'm able to kill the Daisy too, and we're in a more manageable position. Like doing 2 damage to it is so bad. I probably shouldn't even attack there, but I'm so far behind. I'm thinking like I have to be able to kill his board next turn, and he's gonna quest with it. Um, he has so many cards in hand. The good thing is against my deck, Pete's kind of a dead card, so you can kind of see him. He's got 3 Pete's in hand. Like that card's dead against Blurple. He hit one of my sails. One of the 8 non-character cards in the deck. I think I tried to climb out of this, but I think I shifted Elsa and had to swing it into a Lawrence, which feels so bad. Oh man, I'm just thinking if I had 8 ink the prior turn instead of 7, I think this game would have been very, very different. And I know I'm thinking about it. I remember after the turn after I inked the seal, I was like, man, if I had one more ink, this would be a lot closer of a game. That whole new world off the that hard cast whole new world was perfect for him. It was a great play. Lilo is interesting. Um, in my deck, I don't think Lilo is as big of a problem as it can be in others because I play so many characters. It's very rare that I have something that can't kill her. She's an inconvenience for sure, but she also presents the opponent with the choice of having to use their ink. Um, I'm not stalling, but I am trying to give myself a chance to be able to come back in this game. But at 17, it's so difficult. But you never want to give up, right? Um, so I tap those two so they can't um, sing or do anything the following turn. I'm wondering. I mean, I had to tap the queen down, and it stinks to give. Yeah, I had to kill the daisy or I lose. I'm just thinking if I could have swung into the queen there, but I don't think it's possible. I think that he just goes wide here, and I just scoop. Pretty sure, but I don't want to take away from his victory, so we'll finish watching this out. Man, that oh we lost. I think this was Wonderland saying his wife was downloading a movie or something and got a little bit of fuzzy reception there. It's not your connection. It's the connection that the stream was on. All the Pete's. Yeah, I have nothing. Is it 18? I think I had another Elsa, but that's just not going to be enough. I actually do think I had another Elsa. So again, if we Elsa lock him, like if we play the hypothetical and we played that sale, and yeah, I think the game is very very different because that Elsa crab play clears a lot of his board and leaves us with a couple of bodies, and then we could shift Elsa the following turn, crab kill something else. Um, yeah, but hey, this is why we play the card game. This is what we learn from, right? Like this is why I love being able to rewatch these VODs to learn like where you make mistakes, where your lines could have been better. Sometimes you play around things that aren't there. Like I do in this game. I remember I started followers, and he played queen, and a one drop queen start for. See, let's see his hand here. So he doesn't actually have the whole new world. Oh, he's still mulliganing. So when Steelsong starts with one drop queen, that to me is always signaling that they're gonna shift sing wheel, like because one drop queen is so weak for them. Typically, they're not really playing swords anymore. They don't. I mean, sure, there's other options, but I just feel like when I see one drop queen on one, I'm like, okay, I'm about to get whole new worlded the following turn so that he can refill his hand. So you'll see on the way I open this is I don't even pop Chernobog. I just leave it there. I don't even quest with it because one, I don't want to give him a free trade if he doesn't have it. So I don't think he has. I kind of played into his hand, I guess, right? Because he doesn't have the whole new world, but he did have the shift queen. So inks me. This is the other thing. So he inks his turn two play. So like that's the other reason I'm like this. He has the shift queen. Like I am really believe that he has whole new world queen, and that's what I'm kind of playing around here. I'm gonna ramp anyways on two, and I didn't need a card to be able to ramp. The other play I could have done is that Mim I just inked. I could have bounced my Chernobog with it, but so that if he does whole new world me, I can swing into the queen that he shifted onto. But I think the ramp is too important to get ahead on curve, especially on the play, because we get to our four drops while they're still on two. Um, and if he hold new worlds here, it's like okay, hold new world. Like I'm still okay, but he ends up having the shift queen and then sings storm, which is pretty good. Um, that kind of punished me for trying to play around hold new world. Turn four, I think I played genie. Yeah, and he has the whole new world now, so I think he did draw it, so he could have done it if I didn't do it. I think he maybe drew it off the storm. Um, but I still, so my whole game plan, my thought process right now is he has whole new world. I need to keep my hand as empty as possible so that his whole new world is as bad as it can be, while still being able to somehow kill his 5 costing. I can't kill his queen profitably at this point. I think he bricked on this aerial actually. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm still playing around whole world even though I didn't know for sure he had it, because him shooting my Chernobog is still a good play for him, but he's not as good as like he didn't. I think a whole new world would have been bad in that situation. I was trying to make it bad. That's why I inked my friends in that position, because I'm just completely expecting him to whole new world me at some point. So I am just keeping him off the 5 cost singers that I can, and you can see his hand is not great. I think he has a Pluto, Lawrence. Yeah, the turn 2 ink when he played the 1-drop queen. That's really what sold it, because I was like, all right, he just inked his turn 2 play to play the queen. He's gonna shift queen on 2 instead. And that was why I didn't pop my Chernobog, because I didn't want to fill my hand even more to make his wheel that much better. So this real quick, I just want to talk about this, right? So he has the whole new world in his hand. If we can go back just a little bit, we could see his hand perfect. Okay, so he's one Naveen, Pluto, Lawrence, Lilo, and whole new world. So he inks, I think Pluto or Lawrence, I don't remember which one, and then plays the Naveen but doesn't whole new world. So he has 3 left if he were to play the whole new world. I think I'm at 2 cards in hand at this point. So he's trying to get as much card advantage as he can before playing that whole new world, which I understand. I have a bell in hand. Well, I don't have a bell in hand. I'm sorry. The following turn I have friends, and then I find a bell. If he were to play the Naveen and whole new world, I'm gonna wheel right into that bell. Because of that play, I think that I could have done something with the bell that would have made it really bad for him. Um, I guess I only have 2 damage at this point, but I'm trying to think how could I have gotten a 3rd damage to be able to kill both. If I like crab, well, no, crab wouldn't really matter, but I don't think wheel would have been that great. There's a chance he could have found another song and then sung it with Queen off of the wheel, and that might have helped, but I still understand his thought process on not playing Whole New World here. Because again, I'm at 2 cards. I know I think the casters talked about that too. Like, why would he not wheel there? And I kept my hand really low for that reason. And I'm at 5 ink right now. He's still at 4, so I'd be going to 6. Um, I think now, do I have another Elsa? I think I have another Elsa. Yeah, I sing Friends now because I'm thinking maybe he doesn't have wheel at this point. Um, yeah, I have Bell in hand, so I'm trying to set up. That was why I went for Naveen, setting up for the Bell kill on Queen the following turn. Yeah, now he sings the wheel. I think I'm still at 2 cards in hand. Not sure about playing those cards out before. Yeah, so I had Shadowfinder and Bell. I don't know about playing those 2 cards before playing the wheel, because I feel like you just what I guess you want to have more cards in hand the following turn. I don't know. I don't play Steelsong enough to know. We're still 0-0, so there's still a lot of room for both players to go to end the game. I think like crab into fox maybe. Crab here, yep. The card draw isn't as important with Chernobog's followers there. Um, Now I just start trying to get lore too. And I think he wheeled me into like really, really good cards. I have like Hades, double Elsa. Um, I think I know at one point my hand was double Elsa, Hades, and you'll see as we get to that further. Spoiler alert! Like I played like three straight turns like that. Uh, his hand is not super great either. He has Storm to kill something. I misplayed on this on the next turn, I think. Whenever he plays the Pluto, or no, that's later on in the game. We'll talk about that when my brain kind of shut off for a second. A lot of decision too. There's a lot of cards in his hand. I think the right decision is just to go super wide, put more cards down, which I think is what he does, and I believe he may strength something. And the goat's really good in this position because it does kill Lawrence with one shot. So those four attack characters are pretty strong. I think he hit that aerial off of the storm, by the way. So, because obviously you'd want to play the aerial first. So I think he hit that off the storm. Aerial bricked again. Like I said, this is not a great matchup for us. We need a little help with variance. So he and Stefen did brick quite a few times. Like on the first game, he had to play Naveen without a card with it. Um, he didn't get stuck on inkables though. So like it didn't brick in that sense. But okay, Wasabi is pretty much useless in this matchup, so he's inked. We got eight ink in hand. I think I play an Elsa here and tap down his singers. I might wait a turn on that actually. Yeah, so I still want to kill his singers at this point instead of just tapping them down. Yeah, this is pretty good. I like this play a lot. So the crab being able to buff the Elsa to swing into the Lawrence so she still lives. And then this is a mistake. This is a mistake right here. That's one lore lost, right? I wasn't trying to play around anything here. It's just a complete mistake. And I think in my brain, I thought I would did it the right way, but right after I did it, as I declared this challenge, I was like, that was a mistake. But this fox just came in, right? So it still has rush. It's swinging into one of these is great. And then questing with the goat is just a much better play. I wasn't big braining anything. I just complete mistake on my end. Um, so yeah, that's one lore lost right there for sure. Yeah, I thought of it in my head and just kind of overlooked it. It happens, man. It happens. You're really trying to focus and play 100% correctly. So he uses the Lilo here. And again, I have a lot of options to kill Lilo because I play so many characters. But Lilo, I kind of like it in Steelsong because it gives you that extra body for strength. That alone is pretty solid. And then she can quest for two. So against your like red blue matchups and stuff that you already struggle with in Steelsong, she's kind of good. Like after they B prep, you can throw them all back into your onto your field, and that's your turn. Like that's not bad at all. You're basically telling them they have to have two back-to-back B preps or Sisus. Now Sisu would feel really bad into Lilo because you've done nothing to board. After you've refilled your hand. Yeah, at this point, this is when I have both Elsas and a Hades in hand for sure. Because I remember just like I can kind of lock him out at this point and just keep questing. This genie is just questing. This is what makes Blurple so good now. We're sitting here questing with this genie. It's getting 2 lore per turn while we're still fighting his board, right? So this doesn't even need to help most of the time because we're using the core cards that we have. He's just literally getting us 2 lore. And he draws us a card. And he can sing friends if he needs. So this is why this card is so important in this matchup. So this is another, like, I saw him have the Lilo tapped and him playing the Pluto. I was like, okay, Pluto's in bodyguard. So I spent this whole turn thinking, okay, Pluto's in bodyguard. I need to kill it, and complete misplay again. Like I don't know, it's lack of sleep from the baby or what, but I made a couple of mistakes here. So I play a crab. I could have just played Elsa, I believe, like big Elsa. I think if I played Elsa, yeah, if I played Elsa and tap down his two singers and quest, kill everything in quest with what's alive, like pretty good position. So we three for crab. So stupid. Crabbing to kill a Pluto that's not tapped. But hey, like I said, I'll fess up to my mistakes. I made mistakes for sure in this game. Um, and Stefen offered, he's like, it's not tapped. Do you want to take that back? I said, no, man. Like I made that mistake. I don't know why I had in my brain that Pluto was exerted. Um, I think I play like Yzma something else here. I don't remember why I attacked with the. Well, I think I was trying to keep the Fox out of just straight up. Um, I think I could have taken a different line there, actually. So I had I have 10 ink. I had 9 ink, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I have 9. So I couldn't do crab bounce, play the Elsa again, because that would have been a pretty good line. But yeah, I was one short. Wow, this is very fuzzy. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think I swung with the goat there. So he did play the wheel. Oh, so he wheels me into the two Elsas and the Hades. All right, I was thinking I had that in hand already, but I just drew into it now. That makes more sense to why I played the way I did. So that crab play really wasn't that bad then, but I could have just bounced um that the Elsa and replayed it instead of playing crab to kill Ursula and Lilo. Dude, this is bad. This is like very bad. I can't even see. It looks like I'm underwater with my eyes open. See, I don't even. It must be our feed, I wonder, because they look great. Oh, hey, we're coming back. We're coming back. We're like 360p now. All right, perfect. Yeah, it's a pretty full board for Steelsong, and I'm only at 10, so it's definitely an uphill battle for him, but it's not unattainable, right? Like I mean, he has a lot of lore on board as it is. Kills the genie. I think he killed like a few things. This is off of that same wheel, right? So this is why it's so important to kill their singers. That Naveen wheel, and he's all of a sudden knocked out two things. Yeah, again, if I played that else, if I would not have tunneled on the Pluto already being exerted, I would have not played the crab. I would have quested with Elsa, bounced Elsa with the Mim, played Elsa down, and I would have swung Elsa into the Lilo and killed the Ursula. So it would have been a little different. It was just a mistake. But hey, we all make mistakes, right? Like what we do with that knowledge after is what's going to help us grow and get better. Yeah, now I think I have the Elsas, and I just kind of think, all right, I need to just kind of lock them at this point. Oh no, I think I killed the Plutos first. No, I play the Elsa. Never mind. Yep, the two singers, and then with Pluto, once he takes damage, he only attacks for one. So play Tipo with no action, and then I swing the 4 damage into Pluto because Goat's gonna die anyways, and then the 1 damage to the Mim snake, so that it still lives. And then I think we kill the singer. Yep. And we're just trying. We can't just turn sideways yet. We still need to play the board and battle um, until we can. I mean, Elsa can start questing. Like we don't really want to challenge with her. We're at 11 now because the goat being banished. Man, this is fuzzy. I hope you guys can still see what's going on and know at least what some of the cards are. So second Lilo now. If he was closer in lore, I think Lilo might have been more of a problem. But yes, again, she adds to the strength number, so strength of raging fire is still very good with Lilos. But I'm not concerned about Lilos because of where our lore totals are. I don't remember what he does with this turn. I don't know if he shifts queen, maybe. All right, no, he plays a Lawrence for sure. Definitely plays a Lawrence. Be a Lawrence and something else. A Rapunzel looks like he has. Yeah, like also that Greatest Criminal Mind is pretty much dead against me too. I think I play anything that has 5 attack. Oof. I mean, he could always use Queen, right? Queen buff to kill something, but yeah, that's almost always getting inked. So we're fuzzy again, but he did play the Lawrence, so he's got the Lilo questing goes to 4, and now we are. It looks like we're behind again, right? Like 5 characters to 2. So how do we come back? His hand is getting low. I think we only have 2 or 3 cards left. We have another Elsa. I think I have Crab in hand at this point too, so I think I'm at 10 ink. No, maybe I don't have Crab. I think I have draw cards. I think I have Rabbit and Genie, so I'm trying to get to that point. Uh, yep, so Elsa's gonna tap down. So I was gonna tap down the Cinderella. I was a little concerned about the Big Cindy, but I hadn't seen it at all, so I didn't think he played it. Um, and I just think I'm gonna go ahead and try to end it here. Because again, he can't sing Whole New World, right? Naveen's tapped, Lawrence is tapped. No, Lawrence and Cindy sing the same songs, but Cindy can't. He doesn't get Rapunzel value, so that was the other thing I was thinking about. I mean, Lawrence doesn't really either. He would get 1 off of the Tipo, which I think is what Stefen does. Um, so yeah, that's I think that's the line he has to take because his hand is really not good. Well, he does. I think he kills both Elsas, if I remember correctly. And this is like really bad quality. Can we like get it to 720? Maybe towards the end here, clicks back in. Uh, we're in a pretty commanding spot at this point too. I mean, representing lethal on board. There we go. There we go. And I know I have Hades. I think I want to say it's Hades Crab, but maybe it's Hades Rabbit or Hades Genie in hand. Because I know I inked because I had something I want to. If it would have been Crab, I would have played it actually. So yeah, it definitely isn't Crab because I would have played it and probably killed the Lawrence, tapped the Cinderella. Yeah, so he swings Lilo into my Tipo and plays Rapunzel. That's pretty rough. Only getting 1 card off of Rapunzel and not even killing the Tipo is rough. So I know his hand is not great. I think he must draw the strength off of that. And then the Lilo trades. I mean, that's pretty good, honestly. If my hand wasn't like still, Hades and I can't remember was it crab? I feel like I would have crabbed the turn before. Like I know I'm Hadesing this Naveen because again I don't want him to sing Whole New World. Even though Whole New World probably wouldn't be that bad because I mean I actually have a lot of cards in hand, so Whole New World would have been bad. 7. Yeah, it was Genie. Okay, so I think I knew I had to draw. That's why I was trying to get to that amount. I just turned sideways because he can't sing Whole New World. To make him try to answer this. I knew his hand didn't have a lot of removal in it because he Obviously used a bunch the last turn and barely was able to kill everything. So you got to get to the big bodies in Blurple to they struggle to kill. I do miss Mufasa. I think Mufasa is really good against Steelsong. It's like the only deck that doesn't have a really easy way to answer it. Yeah, I had the goat bounce in hand. Um, so even if he would have killed one of the two questers, I had goat bounce to end it, and that was the other reason I just kind of turned everything sideways. So I mean that's basically it. GG's to Stefen. Was a really fun event. I'll probably hop on here and do my dad's VOD as well. Maybe we'll do it together so that we can kind of go through some of the plays that happened in that game as well. It really was a pleasure to get the chance to participate in this league. Um, I'll also post the updated. I'll post the list itself that I played, and then I've updated the list a little bit. I'm testing some stuff now. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you like videos like this, where we do a VOD, let us know in the comment section. We do like a VOD review, and we'll do more. Make sure you guys subscribe if you like our content, so you make sure that we know when we put some new stuff out. If I don't, you guys, if you haven't seen the podcast already, we just released a podcast today. Have a happy Thanksgiving and a good holiday, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.